Hello everyone, thank you for being a member of the Oconee County Road Condition and Local News Group. As you know, we currently have 11,545 members, I think, and it keeps growing. Now, what I'm talking to you today about is the SC LLR. That stands for the South Carolina Department of Labor License and Regulation. Anybody that is a legitimate contractor knows about this, and they have a license from the state of South Carolina. Now, as you know, some of you, there's many different boards for the state of South Carolina that regulate different industries, and if you click that little down arrow, you get a glimpse of what they are. All kinds of people in the state of South Carolina have to have a license to operate. Your hairdressers, barbers, fire marshal, blasters, forestry, funeral boards, geologists, all of that. Okay, now this hurricane, the more likely people you'll be looking up is the Residential Builder Commission. So you go there and you click select, and then it drops you down to this page. Now, as you can see here, you can put the person's last name. We'll do Smith because Smith is a common name. And I'm not going to fill in the rest of it. You don't have to be able to get it to look somebody up. You just get a lot more people if you do that. You click I'm not a robot, and then you'll click find. Now, the ones in the red are lapsed license. Oftentimes you'll see those for specialty contractors because there was a time when they didn't have a license for heating, air, and electrical and stuff. The state just had a specialty card, meaning you didn't have to take a test just because you were operating. You had to have this license, specialty card, I mean. And then that was their minimum requirement at that time. Then they moved into having actual license, and you had to take tests, stuff like that. And so then you'll see people ditch their specialty cards because they went to license with the state. Let's just look at Accent Builders from Summerville, South Carolina. Now you may see them in this area too because there's a lot of builders needed for this emergency. Let's go down and look. Doesn't seem like we have any. Oh well, huh? Okay, let's type in Seneca to see if we, and then we'll have to click I'm not a robot again to be able to look up again. Okay, now these are the people that are listed in Seneca, South Carolina. You have a Charles Smith that has an active license. And let's see. I would not hire anybody to do any remodeling that doesn't have a home builder's license because it just be a lot better if they did. We have Aztec Building Solutions that was a home builder license inactive. Now, if you see license inactive, okay, then you can go and click on their license number and find out why. Looks like they may have just, well, there's no telling why. It could be that they forgot to renew. You know, a lot of people get busy and then they forget. No telling what the reason is, but like say for electrical, if you're an electrician and you don't have a license, then you can't pull a meter. If you pull a meter and don't have a license, then you're in trouble. The all counties require you to have a license to pull a meter because you have to be licensed to do electrical work. And these people don't want somebody that doesn't know what they're doing mess with your house, because they may burn it down. And that's for real. Okay, let's just try Westminster. Oh, I did not click I'm not a robot. So you have to click I'm not a robot to be able to get it to look it up. Michael K. Smith had a license, a specialty contractor's license, but it's lapsed, and so he doesn't have any license at all to operate in the state of South Carolina for a industry that is covered by the state of South Carolina. So it looks like this person had a specialty license for carpentry and floor covering, and they do not have a license to do that anymore. It's lapsed. Okay, RBS, Rodney Smith, RBS Home Builders. He has an active license, so he's a good fella. He's in compliance with, oh, wait a minute, there you go, Frank's Aztec Builders. Okay, there's a license for that person, and there we go. A legitimate business. Awesome. There you go. So that's somebody that you definitely could hire legally, and they could do you a job. Now, at this point, you can go by word of mouth, but as far as the state of South Carolina goes, we know that this is a good man. He's got his license as per the LLR requires. Now let's see what else we have. Okay, just to show you what else. Let's think of another one easily. Okay, go and click on I'm not a robot. We'll look for Smith. Now, of course, you can try other names. Smith is just a very common name. Now let's just go and discuss what happens if you don't have a license. If you don't have a license, oftentimes your first fine is going to be $500 when you're caught. Oftentimes they can, if you are not a good person, then they can fine you $1,000. People don't believe it, but I've seen it. Oh yes, I've seen it. Let's go and look up a business with the name Oconee in it. Oconee Mechanical. Okay, I'm not a robot. Remember to click on that. Click find. Oh, no license whatsoever. Let's just click on Oconee. Okay, alright. This is a small list of companies with the name Oconee in it in South Carolina. Only one person with that name, Oconee Bell Construction. The rest of these have lapsed license. I don't know why. You'd have to check with the state, call them and ask them about that, but according to the state of South Carolina, everybody here with a business name, Oconee, has a lapsed license. Okay, here is one definitely you got to pay attention to, because it isn't lapsed and it isn't inactive like they forgot. It's a cease and desist, meaning you better not operate as a business person or else, buddy. Click on that and view orders. Well, it says no orders found. I don't get it. But then again, if I wanted to, I could call the state and find out why. as a customer, that is, you know. But this is all about how you look up a license to make sure that the person saying they're electrician is really an electrician, or that the person telling you that they are a real plumber is a real plumber. If they're not listed here, then and their license is not active, then they're not allowed to participate in whatever field it is they're trying to claim. They do that for the safety of South Carolina, and they also do it for the safety of the industry so that they're not hurting the industry. So it's for everybody's protection. And that's how you look up a license. Now, as you, let's see, okay, all right, this takes us to the main site. File a complaint. Now, if you've had somebody work for you and they turned out and they didn't do the job right, you know, didn't follow the guidelines they're supposed to follow, you can file a complaint against any unlicensed individual or company, and the state will get them for you. Now, contact SC LLR to find out their numbers. Let's see. They used to have the investigators. Well, anyway, you can contact them and ask to talk to the investigators and everything, and they'll chat with you and tell you what the rules and regulations are. They're really good people. I've talked to them many times about our industry and to clarify things and all this stuff to make sure that everything I was saying was on the up and up and in the guidance of the laws of the state of South Carolina. So I hope this helps you out and helps everybody, you know, avoid fraudulent contractors and help those that are not getting done a professional job that they deserve to know how to file a complaint and everything, and helps everybody that is suffering from this awful condition that we're in because of this tornado. I hope you recover well and take care and have a wonderful rest of the time.